Okay, welcome to the next video in the EZ Wi-Fi broadcast series. Today we're going to be talking about installation setup. So we'll be getting the EZ Wi-Fi broadcast image onto our SD cards. So first things first, it says download the image and unzip it. Just scroll down to the version 1.5 on Google Drive, click it, and then it'll show up and say that it is, can't scan this file for viruses, too large, whatever. Just click download anyways, and it should show up in your downloads file. And then I just unzipped it, and inside there is just a single disk image file, pretty large, 1.75 gigabytes. So that step's done. So then it says write it to 2 SD cards using an SD image write tool. There's a link to the Raspberry Pi site for more information. So on there, it talks about downloading the image, which we've already done, then writing the image. It suggests using Etcher. So we'll be doing that. Just download Etcher, click on this link and install it. It won't show you how to do that. It's pretty easy. Connect an SD card reader with the SD card inside. So I've done that as well. You can't see, but it is hooked into my computer. Open Etcher and select from your hard drive the image or a zip file. So I'm not sure if we would have had to unzip it, but there's no harm in doing that. So then select the SD card, click flash, and that's it. So it seems pretty easy. This is the Etcher. So we select our image. In the downloads, in the folder, just press open and should automatically, I have a 16 gigabyte MicroSD card and this is my reader. If you have a bunch of stuff connected, make sure you get the right one. And then last time, this is my second time doing this video, last time I pressed flash I got a blue screen of death, so I'm just gonna stop recording and flash, and then once I'm done I will finish up the video. But once you get to this point, all you have to do is press flash. Okay, so we're back. The SD cards flashed just fine using Etcher. My computer didn't crash this time. It does take a little bit, so I don't know, put some time aside, I guess. And make sure you do it to both cards, obviously. So after it's done, the next thing is configuration. So it says put the SD card in a Windows computer or anything that has a text editor and edit Wi-Fi broadcast. So I just left my micro SD card in the SD card reader and it shows up, well, now it shows up as Wi-Fi broadcast and the D drive. It says 4.68 megabytes free of 31.7, which I don't really get, but regardless, it works. So you double click on it, and then there's a bunch you can see it installed or whatever, because you should be able to see all of these files. So there's the OSD config file, the Wi-Fi broadcast text document, which is also configured. There's a bunch of configure files, things you can mess around with, which we'll do later. But once you see all these files on the drive that you were using, you know that you flashed it right. So it says on the RCGroups page, for first test, just leave the default settings, only change frequency. So I went down to the Wi-Fi broadcast -1 text document, and when you open it up, you see all of the things you can do. Right now, the stock frequency is 2.472 gigahertz or 2472 megahertz, same thing. And since I'm using 2.4 cards, I'll just might as well use the default frequency. If you're using 5.8 gigabyte cards, you'll have to, or 5.8 gigahertz cards, you'll have to pick one of these frequencies down here. But since, like I said, it's already set for what I'm using, I'm not going to change any settings at all. We'll mess around with them later, but for now, default settings should work if you have a 2.4 gigahertz. I believe the OSD config, well, let's check it out. Yeah, that's how you'll configure OSD, but we can do that later. We have to do some basic testing first. So yeah, basically once you're done flashing, just pop in your computer and make sure you see all the files and the folders, and then you know that you've successfully done it. So that's it for flashing. Next up, I'll probably do some ghetto setup and see if it works, and then we'll go from there.